நன்றி. வணக்கம். வாழ்த்தி வரவேற்கின்றேன். இன்று புதன்கிழமை 29ஆம் தேதி ஜூலை மாதம் 2026ஆம் ஆண்டு. தினமும் உலக சமாதானம், ஒற்றுமை, ஆரோக்கியம், மன அமைதி ஆகியவற்றை முன்னிலைப்படுத்தி ஒரு கூட்டு தியானம் செய்கின்றோம். தினமும் UK நேரம் 9 மணிக்கும் 10 மணிக்கும் இரவு 7:30 மணிக்கும் தியானம் செய்கின்றோம். மற்ற நாடுகளிலிருந்து இணைப்பவர்கள் UK நேர கணிப்பின்படி இணைந்து கொள்ளுமாறு தாழ்மையிடம் வேண்டிக் கொள்ளுகின்றேன். இன்றைய நிகழ்ச்சி நிரலாக தியானம், பிரபஞ்ச நன்றி தாராவால் கூறப்படும் சொற்பொழிவு. இன்றைய சொற்பொழிவு மனித சுரண்டல் ஆழ்கடத்தல் என்று சொற்பொழிவு நடக்க இருக்கின்றது. சொற்பொழிவு ஆற்ற இருப்பவர் அம்பாசிடர் டாக்டர் நிக்கோலா கேரிங்டன். இவரை வரவேற்கவும் அறிமுகம் தாரா அவர்களால் செய்யப்படும். இப்போது நாங்கள் தியானத்தில் நுழைய போகின்றோம். தியானத்தை பயனுள்ளதாக எளிய சிறிய முறைகளை கைப்பற்ற வேண்டும். இன்றைய பரபரப்பான வாழ்க்கையில் மன அமைதி மற்றும் கவனச்சிதறல் இல்லாத மனநிலை என்பது மிகவும் அவசியமானதொன்று. தியானம் செய்வதன் மூலம் இதை நாங்கள் எளிதாக பெற முடியும். முதலில் இளம் சூடான நீரை தியானத்தின் முன்பும் பின்பும் அருந்திக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்களுக்கான இடத்தை உருவாக்குங்கள். அமைதியான தியான செய்வதற்கென்றே நேர்மறை ஆற்றல் நிறைந்த ஒரு தனி இடத்தை தேர்ந்தெடுங்கள். சௌகரியமாக முதுகெலும்பு நேராக இருக்கும்படி பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அதாவது தியானத்திற்கு மிகவும் முக்கியம், கைகளை கோர்த்து மடி மீது வைத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். கால்களை ஒன்றன் மேல் ஒன்றாக வைத்து கண்களை மூடிக்கொள்ளுங்கள். ஒருமுகப்படுத்தப்பட்ட மெல்லிய இசை வழிகாட்டலில் சீரான சுவாசம், உள்மூச்சு வெளிமூச்சை நீங்கள் கவனிக்கப் போகின்றீர்கள். இசை நின்றதும் நீங்கள் பழைய நிலைக்கு வரப்போகின்றோம். இப்போது விசையை வழங்க இருப்பவர் மாஸ்டர்.
5 seconds, masters. Please be aware of your environment. You feel the difference and get peace in your mind. Gently place your hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did a good meditation. For the gratitude, let's clap our hands. Thank you. We are all united with the goodwill of the universe. We have done a powerful collective meditation highlighting peace of mind and health. When the meditation we do for ourselves is done collectively, it becomes a social force and has the power to expand at the level of home, street, city, country, and the world, encouraging everyone to engage in such meditation. We also express our heartfelt gratitude to PSSM Tamil Europe, YouTamil TV for giving the facilities. Let us sincerely wish you, Valha Valamudan, live prosperously and make peace, good kindness, health and harmony in the world. Thanks goes to Arundhati Master and Sri Kanaraja Master for this platform. Thanks goes to Siva Mohan Master for displaying the flyers. Thanks goes to Dhamma Master for guiding the meditation. Thanks goes to Bhavani Master for the recording. Thanks goes to Sri Kanaraja Master for the wonderful music. Thank you all.
Are you there?
Yeah, she's there. Okay. Introduction. Dr. Nicola Garrington is a United Nations Peace Ambassador, Word of Life Ministries International and patron, and board member of Youth Against Trafficking in Persons. She had invited the Queen of Uganda for one of our charity programs.
One moment, please. Stop recording.
Sorry.
Can Nicola, can you please take your slides off at the moment? We want to introduce you first, and then when you start, you can share it again. Can you close here? Can you close here? Sharing, please. Close your sharing, please. Thank you. One moment.
Apologies, my technology isn't as good as yours.
That's
It's
okay.
all right.
Sorry about
Nicola,
that. Sorry.
it's all right.
I do
I can.
apologize.
Yeah, that's
Thank
good.
you.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll
Sorry.
restart.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Dr. Nicola Garrington is a United Nations Peace Ambassador, Word of Life Ministries International, and patron and board members of Youth Against Trafficking in Persons. She had invited the Queen of Uganda for one of our charity programs. She is helping a lot towards our Tamil community. She is a passionate advocate dedicated to raising awareness of human trafficking and empowering young people, communities, and cultural leaders to combat exploitation. I am very proud and pleased to introduce Ambassador Dr. Nicola Garrington to you all tonight. Barbara Master will do the translation in Tamil afterwards. Over to you, please, Dr. Nicola. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'll screen share now. Hopefully I can get it right.
Good.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, perfect.
May I just ask everybody, would you like me to do one slide, then stop so you can do the translation? Would
No,
that be
carry
helpful?
on. You carry on. I'll do
Just
the
do-
summary at the end of it.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so there are an estimated 50 million human beings living on our planet Earth today, living in conditions of modern slavery, human trafficking, and human exploitation. 50 million. And this number isn't just picked out of a hat. This is estimated from the United Nations Office of International Migration and the International Office of Labour, and it includes esteemed organisations such as Walk Free. Modern slavery is an umbrella term. It's quite confusing if you don't know the subject in depth. It includes human trafficking and human exploitation. They are ultimately the same thing, but they have different elements. So, what are the root causes of human exploitation?
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah?
now it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay. So, what are the root causes of human exploitation and of human trafficking? Obviously, the main one, as we all assume, is poverty. However, poor educational opportunities. Last year I was in Nepal, and the mountainous ranges meant that some children had to walk barefoot for 10 miles just to get to school. So you can imagine that their opportunities are greatly reduced. Climate change and war. We assume that these are, will not affect human trafficking, but they do. They displace populations and make them extremely vulnerable. Family breakdown is a major issue in society today. Mothers are bringing up children on their own, 2 or 3 children on their own with a single income or no income at all. This places a lot of stress on the children who cannot have the nurturing of parents, the mother and the father. Disabilities are a major factor. Traffickers are targeting children who are neurodiverse. They are vulnerable to exploitation. And we have, obviously, geopolitical influence and geopolitical interference in our communities and our societies. All these factors create vulnerability. So therefore, vulnerability equals increased risk of modern slavery. Now, everybody knows the term human trafficking, but there are 3 components to it, which I will make as simple as I possibly can, because I'm a firm believer and not overcomplicating things, to make them as simple as possible so that everybody, every child, everybody understands. There, first of all, is the act. Now, I think of the act as actions, things that are taking place. And the first one would be the recruitment of an individual. Then there would be things like transfer, transportation, aeroplanes, boats, lorries, buses. Then there's the harbouring. Somebody will take them in, temporarily maybe, but they are still complicit. And there is also the receipt. That's the end destination that that person is going to be tricked into being exploited in. And then there is the means. And again, let's keep it simple. The means is basically how mean somebody can be. What do people do when they want to be mean? They'll threaten you. They'll force you. They'll coerce you. They'll seem as nice. They'll give you things. They'll make you feel warm and fuzzy. They'll make you feel comfortable and wanted. They may abduct you. They may defraud you. They may deceive you. But ultimately, all of this is the abuse of power and the abuse of vulnerability. And the ultimate purpose, well, the ultimate purpose is to exploit an individual, to make money out of them, or to have sexual benefits from them for nothing. So therefore, the purpose is for these factors, which are sexual exploitation. You may think of sex workers, but think about children. Children are being sexually exploited. Forced labour. People are tricked into jobs thinking they're going to get meaningful employment. And then there's slavery. People are born into slavery. As you probably well know, in countries people have debt bonded, debts on their family. The person dies and then the next member of the family takes on that debt bondage. Domestic servitude, which is where someone goes for a job, or maybe even a member of the family is treated like a slave to clean and cook for nothing. There's also organ harvesting. Yes, organs. Organs are for sale globally. There's a huge global shortage of organs, and this is huge, big business. If you're rich, you can have anything you want. We're not talking about people who are having facelifts. We're talking about people who are vulnerable, who are going in for an operation and coming out with one less kidney, or even more so, death. And then there's forced criminality, which is huge. It's absolutely huge in the United Kingdom today. This 30th of July, that's tomorrow, is World Day Against Trafficking in Persons. It's a global day to actually raise awareness of this issue. This year's theme is Trapped Behind the Scam, and there has never been a greater need for this title. The United Nations of Human Rights reports that industrial-scale scam centres in Southeast Asia, in the likes of Myanmar, the Mekong region, in Indonesia, estimate, and it is disputed, however, it is estimated that 300,000 people are trapped in scam centres, in compounds with barbed wire and armed guards. Many victims who are often highly educated, these are not poor people. These are people who are wanting to get a job. They're professional people. A lot of them have been to university. They speak English, or other languages. They're coming across to Indonesia for good jobs, but they are actually tricked. Many victims obviously come from low income, high unemployment countries such as Sri Lanka, India, and even the likes of Kenya. And they are tricked into thinking that they are going into meaningful employment and well-paid employment, but they don't receive any of that. victims, and this is a picture from this region, victims end up having their passports removed and their visa documents confiscated, and they are forced to read scam scripts. And that picture is a real picture. And they are forced to read scripts to do impersonation fraud, cryptocurrency investment schemes, gambling platforms, extortion, and romance scams. And failure to reach their targets is even worse. So these individuals, these human beings, remember, these are human beings. These human beings not only have been tricked, but if they don't come up with results on the scam calls, they will be tortured. And the tortures include, and this is actually a picture from a scam centre, they are given electric shock treatment, solitary confinement, waterboarding, and even starvation to death. This forced criminal exploitation is estimated by the UN to be worth $43.8 billion a year in this area alone. It's very disturbing. So this is forced criminal exploitation. And in the United Kingdom, I don't know about any of you here today, but we're all used to getting scam calls or getting fake emails or whatever every single week, most of us. But can you imagine for 1 second that the person on the other end of the phone is actually driven by absolute fear of torture and not any financial gain? It's hard to imagine that even though we think of them as criminals, they may not actually be criminals. Now, coming back to the United Kingdom, there were 23,411 victims of modern slavery in 2025 last year. That was an increase of 22% in one single year. 22%. 22% of victims. And it's surprising to note, and most people will not realise this, that the largest proportion of all referrals are actually British citizens. British born and bred citizens. But what is even more disturbing is that over 89% of those are children. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, children. And according to the Home Office, the National Referral Mechanism, 75% of those are actually boys. So boys are being targeted. And they're being targeted into drug trafficking. And technology is no longer just connecting children. It is actually being used to exploit them. It's a way for them to access our children online. And due to the demand of heroin and crack cocaine, the UK faces today one of the most significant child protection challenges that we've ever experienced. And it is driven by smartphones, it's driven by social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. And it's all about drugs. And the National Crime Agency estimates that this market in the United Kingdom alone is worth £9.4 billion. That's a huge amount of money. And this map that you see here now is what they call a heat map. And it is actually showing anonymous reports from citizens in the United Kingdom to Crime Stoppers to say that they believe there is illicit drugs being sold on their streets. So you can see that there's a big problem here. And behind those figures, there are thousands of children, thousands and thousands of children who are being groomed controlled, exploited by organised crime groups. And recruitment no longer starts on the streets. It used to be called the chicken shop drop, where basically children would go to the corner shop or the corner fish and chip shop or chicken shop, and that's how they would get them. But now it's online. Again, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, and gaming platforms for children. Gangs are targeting children as young as 7 years of age. 7. So if you think your child's safe on their upstairs in their bedroom, playing on their gaming platforms, think again. And once these children are recruited, because they are drawn in by, this is a life, you can have this, look at what we've got, the money we've got, the latest trainers, the mobile phones, you can do this, we'll make you part of our family, you're going to be part of the gang. It's very, very, not to us, but to a child. Remember, children don't have the connections in their brain to make the correct informed decisions. And if you've got children who are neurodiverse or who are isolated or disengaged, they are very, very easy to draw into this situation. And once these children are recruited, the technology then becomes the weapon of control. These children, that boy there, is then tracked on his phone, utilising devices, apps such as Find My Friends. So the traffickers know where he is at any time of the day. And in some cases, they live stream 24 hours a day. So they're watching that boy every single moment of every day. They know where he is, what he's doing, and what he's got. And they are forced to share their locations. And in some cases, we call this remote mothering. And it's constant digital surveillance. And the coercion is absolutely relentless. The gang, you cannot escape this gang. It is not as easy as what you may think. The gang members, remember, this is organised crime. This isn't some random thing that's going on in your local village. This is organised crime. It's big money. Gang members send the children pictures of their mother's front doors, and they will threaten to firebomb the house if they stop working for them. Gang members often sexually abuse children like this boy. They will sexually abuse them and video them. And they will humiliate them, and they will make those children do humiliating acts, and they will video them. So when the children get really, really traumatized and say, I need to leave, I can't do this anymore, they will keep control of them through these videos and say, I'm going to share it with your social media, I'm going to share it with the police. Now, with the increased vulnerability driven by family breakdown, increased poverty, neurodivergence, and the instability in our care and education systems, drug trafficking is absolutely thriving in the United Kingdom today. And don't think for 1 second it's not on every high street. It is. But something even more concerning has recently developed, and that is a phenomenon known as sextortion. And what they're doing is this form of exploitation is actually it doesn't have any social or economic limits, because they can get anybody, any child. And they are actually, what is happening is the child, who is generally a boy, over 80% of them are boys, they're targeting boys, is in his bedroom on gaming platforms or on Snapchat. Snapchat's one of the worst platforms. And he's trying to develop friendships and relationships because they're very isolated. They're very discommunicated with not just their families, but also with society. They're trying to find their identity. And what happens is they find a friend who they think is a girl. They think it's a girl. And they eventually, over a period of time, they are encouraged to share an image of themselves. So a body part, You know, that could be their penis, it could be their backside, it could be any part of their body. But whatever it is, it's a compromising sexual image. And usually the exploiter sends them an image, but it's not of them. It's a fake image. It's a fake Facebook profile or Snapchat profile. And then once they've exposed themselves, what happens is they are then blackmailed into actually sending money, gift cards, and in some cases, even more sexually explicit images. And in April 2024, the National Crime Agency took the unprecedented step of issuing a national alert to schools and educational professionals because the sharp increase in cases involving children was too great to ignore. The United States, alongside us, reports that financial sextortion, which is basically financial blackmail of children, is from the missing Centre of Missing and Exploited Children, has doubled in one single year from 10,731 to over nearly 27,000 children in 1 year. And here in the UK, it's equally alarming. 91% of all child sextortion victims are boys, aged between 14 and 18. So it's a striking shift to what we would normally perceive child sexual exploitation. We would assume it would be girls, wouldn't we? We're used to hearing about grooming gangs and girls. This is actually going online with boys. And these offenders are not acting alone. Not only are they coming from the likes of Myanmar, which I spoke about earlier, but they're coming from the likes of Nigeria, where people are actually, they have scam operations going there. And they are not actually waiting or looking for a specific child. They're looking for any particular child who actually responds. So, when we think about, excuse me, I've lost one of my images. When we think about child exploitation, what can we do as individuals to actually combat this? Because we can't keep blaming society around us for what is actually going on. What can we do as individuals? Well, what we can do is we can look for the signs. There are actual signs of exploitation. Now, with a child, any child, one of the main key factors would be that they would become much more secretive around their devices. They would start to hide information. If you went in a room, they would switch something over. You would start to notice things. They will also probably be missing school, and their academic levels would be dropping. Or they may come home with new things like new trainers or a new phone that you think, where's he got the money, or where's this money come from? So there are signs. But also friends, other school friends will notice that the child, their friend, becomes more detached and will start hanging around with older adults or will not be hanging around at all. So they're going to be missing sports and things like that. So with regards to our own communities, there are definite things that we can do as communities, not just as individuals, because we can't keep saying this is not going to happen to my family, because believe me, it's happened to one of my members of my family. So this is a very, very, very important thing. But working as a community, just as we have meditated together, we can also work together as a community, as a society, to try and protect. So please think about when you see these videos on the television of boys snatching mobile phones and going into shops and stealing and, all these things that we're seeing all the time. This is organised crime. I'm not saying some of those children are not complicit, but a large proportion of those children are being basically exploited. And it is very important that those young people have the opportunity to live meaningful lives, and they've had a bad start and they need an opportunity and they need to be cared for. And that basically concludes my presentation, which is on digital scams, which is scam centres, county crime, county lines crimes, and sextortion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicola.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nicola. It's a fantastic and informative talk. Thank you so much. We need this topic. We learned a lot from you as well. For the appreciation, we will clap for 30 seconds. Wow. Yeah. And now anybody can ask the questions, and then we'll go on to the translation in Tamil afterwards. Arundhati Master, what would you like to say, please?
Yeah, greetings to all. Thank you very much, Ambassador Dr. Nicola Garrington.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your excellent speech regarding this trafficking. I know most about this trafficking because I used to work for the Home Office and we used to
Right.
these people. So I know most of this trafficking, what's going on inside. And I would like to know, but you said in UK, is there any campus in UK as well who is exploiting these children in UK?
Are there any what, sorry?
This, this organization, this crime organization,
Yes.
is it in UK as well?
Yes.
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 Because when I was working, I heard from Nigeria and
Yes.
I have come across with Sri Lankan, India, and Kenyan children, those who have been affected by this trafficking. It's really when we see this case, it's really make us feel very bad how the people have been trafficking, how they have been bringing the children from this abroad and making them to do this type of crime in the UK. So it's very difficult to think that it's happening in UK as well. I thought it's not happening in UK, but now because I have left my job for the last 5 years, I'm not working. So because you said in 2025, you came across in UK as well. So it's still going on.
Yes, I think
it's very sad.
It is very sad, and I think that the problem is it's because our technology is advancing so fast. We say, for instance, with AI, the opportunities are there for. Technology is amazing, but criminals will use that technology to their advantage as well. So, what's happened in a very, very short period of time, probably over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, is these criminal networks have been building up their portfolio of scams, let's say, and they've found a way to exploit our children, particularly, as I say, boys, when we're talking about drugs and we're talking about sextortion, and it's quite different to say if you're living in the likes of, say, Uganda, where it would be probably forced labour or sexual exploitation. I'm generalising here. I don't mean to generalise, but so the thing is as well about this type of crime.
Yeah, and because it's happening because of the family breaking downs and children now, left alone in their houses and they are watching this TV and things like that. That's what these children are getting involved with these scammers.
Yes.
So you were asking what this, because of we are doing a world harmony meditation, and if the children are being told how to do the meditation and they will be calm and they can do some. I think it all depends on the parents because they have to see what they are doing when they are watching the TV for a long time with the, because now they don't watch TV in front of parents. They always, everybody got own rooms and they
Yes.
watch from there
Yeah.
and we don't know what's happening.
Yes.
So, and it's a coincidence that tomorrow is, you said the
World Day Against Trafficking.
yeah,
Yes.
trafficking.
Yeah.
So see, this happens. The universe bring things when we want, you know, tomorrow is world
Yes.
this day, and you have come here to give a speech.
Yes.
It's a very good speech, and it is, you know, everybody should know about this trafficking because so many children, you said 14 to
Oh,
18 years boys are mostly affected in this.
yes. And
So,
the thing is, what I've done is it's difficult in the United Kingdom to be able to get involved because of all of the tiers of protection for children, and I appreciate why that is, because you know we've had some monsters of people involved with children who are, you know, celebrities, you know, but
yeah.
what I've managed to do is I've working with an organisation in Uganda, Youth Against Trafficking in Persons, and we launched yesterday in Kampala, and we've been approved by the government to educate within the universities and schools to start with, to educate the children initially within the Kampala region, to actually teach them about these traps, these digital traps, so that they can actually use that information to help them make more informed decisions. And the problem, like I said, with young children is their brains aren't fully developed. So I don't know whether you can see the picture of the boy I've got on there.
Yeah,
I've got it.
you
Yeah,
showed
the
us,
little
yeah.
boy. This boy committed suicide. He committed suicide.
I think that's what is going to happen when the children, they
The
don't know what
children are committing suicide because when he is told that if he doesn't pay them money or get his mum and dad's credit card and pay them the money or whatever it is, that they will show the picture of him exposing his penis or whatever it was, and they will humiliate him. To him, that is the end of the world. To that child, it's the end of their world because their world is social media. Yeah. And the thing is, that child doesn't have the processing brain that we have as adults. We know that's an awful situation, but we know we're not going to die. Are you with me? I'm not saying we wouldn't be upset, but we know it's not the end of the world. But for these children, it's the end of the world. That is why they are so easy to control. They are so easy to control because they've got very limited processing abilities. I'm not saying they're not clever. I'm not saying they're not bright. They're not stupid children. They're coerced and manipulated, and they are placed in a compromising situation. So see, yeah, I think in the United Kingdom we've got a big problem, a big family problem, society problem, and it's definitely because these children are living their lives through social media, and it's not good. It's not good. I mean, obviously next year, how far it works, I don't know, but next year they're going to ban children under 16 from having, using Facebook. Yeah, but
I think
obviously,
government should do, and you know, then only you have to educate them from the age 10 or something like that.
yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. I don't want to take
you.
your time. There
No,
are so many
no.
people.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your excellent, informative,
Thank you.
very sensitive issues you have told us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arundhati Master. Nicola, do you know Nila?
Yes.
Nila is going to talk.
Oh,
Hi, Nicola. How are you, darling?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, good. I just joined. I think when we came together, Damayanti knew about Nicola Garrington. She's one of our small groups advisory board. So yeah, so thank you. We are working with this field last 2 years or more. Actually, Nicola is almost 3 years now, right? Or 3 years or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it is. Most of the people. Can I speak in Tamil because it's better?
Yes,
lot of our Tamils,
absolutely.
right? Because whatever she already explained to you, I'm just giving a little bit of the informations in our end. நாங்கள் ஈழத்தமிழர்கள் அதிக அளவில் நாங்கள் நினைக்கிற விடயம் இது இந்த மாதிரியான செக்ஷுவல் எக்ஸ்பிளேஷன், சில்ட்ரன் எக்ஸ்பிளேஷன், மற்றது ஹியூமன் டிராஃபிக்கிங் எல்லாமே அண்டர் டெவலப் கண்ட்ரில தான் நடக்குதுன்னு நாங்க நினைக்கிறோம். ஏன்னா எங்களுக்கான எக்ஸ்போஷலும் வந்து நாங்க அப்படித்தான் நினைச்சிருக்கோம். ஆனா இங்க யூகேல வந்து இது மிக மோசமான அளவில் இருக்குது. எஸ்பெஷலி எங்கட பேர பிள்ளைகள் அஃபெக்ட் பண்ற அளவுக்கு தான் இந்த நிலப்பாடு இருக்குது. இதுல மெயினா நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ஆன்லைன் ஆக்சுவலி நாங்கள் ஃப்ரம் லாஸ்ட் இயர்ல இருந்து அட்வொகசி செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். 16 இயர்ஸுக்கு குறைஞ்ச பிள்ளைகளுக்கு வந்து சோசியல் மீடியாவை பேன் பண்ண சொல்லி. சோ அது இப்ப கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 1.5 வருஷமாக தொடர்ச்சியாக ஒர்க் பண்ணி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அதுன்ற ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் சப்மிஷன் தான் அந்த 5th of July நாங்க சப்மிட் பண்ணியிருந்த விடயம். ஷீ இஸ் பார்ட் ஆஃப் அவர் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் ஸ்மால் ட்ராப்ஸ் சென்டர். சோ இதுல செக்ஷுவல் எக்ஸ்பிளேஷன் வந்து பெரிய அளவில் இருக்குது. ஹியூமன் டிராஃபிக்கிங் பத்தி எங்கட தமிழ் மக்கள் ஏன் பெரிய அளவில் அவேர்னஸ் இல்லை என்று சொன்னா, நாங்கள் அந்த நாட்டில இருந்து தப்பி வர்றதுக்காக அந்த ஏஜென்சிக்குள்ளால வந்த ஒரு பண்பாடு எங்கள்கிட்ட இருக்கு. உயிர் தப்புறதுக்காக அப்படி வாரதோண்டு இருந்தது. அதனால எங்களுக்கு அது ஒரு ஹியூமன் டிராஃபிக்கிங்ன்றதே எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. நாங்கள் நினைக்கிறோம் என்னன்னா அங்க இருந்து தப்பி வர்றதுக்கு இந்த இதை பத்தி நாங்க பயன்படுத்துறோம். ஆனா அது உண்மையாகவே ஒரு ஹியூமன் டிராஃபிக்கிங். அப்ப அது பற்றின அவேர்னஸ் வந்து எங்கள்கிட்ட பெருசாக இருக்கே இல்ல, இப்பவும் இல்ல. அது ஒரு பெரிய அளவுல ஹியூமன் டிராஃபிக்கிங் நடந்து கொண்டிருக்குது இங்கே. அதே மாதிரி செக்ஷுவல் எக்ஸ்பிளேஷன்ன்றது மொடர்ன் சிலேவரி என்றதும் ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு பார்ட் ஒண்ணு இதண்டி கொண்டிருக்குது. அதாவது சம்பளத்துக்கு வேலைக்கு குறைஞ்ச சம்பளமா இருக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னு சொன்னா பெண்களை கொண்டு வந்து வச்சு வேலை வாங்குறதாக இருக்கலாம். இது எல்லாமே வந்து எங்களுக்கு அது குற்றம் என்றே தெரியாத அளவுக்கு நாங்கள் இந்த சொசைட்டியோட இன்டர்கனெக்ட் பண்ணி இருக்கிறோம். அதை வந்து இலகுவா கடந்து போறோம். ஏனென்றா அதை பற்றி நாங்க கலைக்கிறது வந்து என்னன்னா உயிர் அச்சுறுத்தலுக்காக தப்பி வாரபடியா இதெல்லாம் ஒரு குற்றம்ன்றதே எங்களுக்கு தெரியல. அதனால நாங்க கடந்த ஒரு 3-4 வருஷமாக part of stop human trafficking and Nicola also part of that, and also we are doing the small drops. இந்த வேலையில எல்லாமே நாங்க சேர்ந்து செய்யறபடியா இதுல வந்து கூட அவேர்னஸ் தேவைன்னு நினைக்கிறோம். அதிக அளவுல வந்து நிக்கோலா லாஸ்ட் இயர் 2024-26 we got almost 125,000 victims in India. So there are 120,000 people are victims here in United Kingdom, most of the children and women. So அப்ப இப்படி இருக்கேக்குள்ள நாங்கள் இதுகளை பற்றி கொஞ்சம் அதிக அளவில் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சிருக்கோம். கவுண்ட்ரி லைனுக்குள்ள இருந்து வார இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கூட குறைவா தான் வருது. எக்ஸ்போஷர்ஸ் வந்து குறைவா இருக்கிறபடியால் அநேகமாக இது எல்லாத்தையும் இமிகிரேஷனோட நாங்க தொடர்பு படுத்துறபடியா எங்களுக்கு வந்து அதை பற்றின அவேர்னஸ் கொஞ்சம் குறைவா இருக்கிறது. இதனால நாங்க அதிக அளவில் இதை பற்றின ஆய்வுகளையும் ஆராய்ச்சிகளையும் செய்ய வேண்டும். செய்தாத்தான் நாங்கள் எங்கட பேர குழந்தைகளை பாதுகாக்க முடியும். நிக்கோலா ஆல்ரெடி சொல்லியிருப்பா, வீட்டுக்குள்ளேயே இருக்குது எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன். ஏன்னா நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் நிறைய சின்ன பிள்ளைகள் போனோட இருக்கணும். உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இந்த போனுக்குள்ளால வர ஸ்பேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் போன்ல ஹேக் பண்றது, ஈவன் எல்டர்லி பீப்புள் கூட சம்டைம் அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணப்படிடும். ஏன்னா தெரியாம அமர்த்தி விட்டுருவோம். நம்ம பிடிச்சு எந்த லிங்க் வருதுன்னு தெரியாம அமர்த்தப்பட்டு they are suffering with that. So this is very much important. We have to discuss more about this exploitation, spam, and also like children sexual and all the things. Anyway, thank you so much everyone. I'm very happy to join with you today. Thank you Nicola, and thank you the team, the VNTNT team.
Thank you very much Nila Master. Thanks for your information as well. Rajesh Pala Master, what would you like to say please?
Thank you, Nicola. One of the subject very touchy for me because I've done many campaigns against those things. 2008, there's a girl called Rosina Nafik from Sri Lanka, as a servant girl being trafficked. She was only 16, but gave them 18. So when I get to know, I've done the huge campaign, international campaign. Since then, Sri Lanka, so they stop under 18 to go out, and also the people who are going out of the country as a workers or something. So the agents who are taking them, they are under the very severe scrutiny at the moment. So England, I know, is still going on because not only ethnic minority, others are doing it, but still lots of work to be done because the name of refugees, name of arranged marriage and things like that. So women exploitation and trafficking, I don't know how to say trafficking because they go and get married to somebody. They've already married here. They go and get married and come back. They said, we are allowed to marry. So these are the complex situation in London against women. And thank you, Nicola. It's a very important subject you brought today for discussion. I don't know many of them know anybody who are trafficked, but I worked with the women organizations in London. So thank you.
Thank you. And also, if anybody wants me to do more content on this subject, I'm more than happy to come back at another time and do some, you know, some more foundation, because it's a complex criminal activity. It took me a long time to understand how complex it is. It isn't just sexual exploitation. It comes in all different forms, and you know, it's very difficult to get your head round. And what's even more difficult is, so for instance, a sex worker could be genuinely a sex worker. You know, she does you know, she wants, you know, not saying she wants to be a sex worker, but she has to be a sex worker. But then you have someone who is sexually exploited. If a police officer, or they do a raid and they walk in there and one is a sex worker and one is sexually exploited, they both look the same when they do a raid. Are you with me? So it's in plain sight. It's very difficult, unless you know what to look for and you get used to it, to actually be able to identify the difference. So yeah, thank you very much. And I'm very grateful for your service of what you have done in the past for this subject, and for the people who you've obviously worked with. Thank you. Thank you.
Because in the 80s, this kind of subject wasn't talked about a lot. So when I was working in GLC, in Greater London Council, so I had to visit lots of women organizations throughout London. Then I get to know, Jesus Christ, I never knew this kind of abuse going on in this country. Then when I started working in a women organization, some of the women, British women, married in the Middle East, and how they are exploited. And they are rich and blah, 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 blah. And they are using our women, British women, as a prostitute. And this kind of thing, they don't know what to do. And they are under drug and prostitution. This is England, but still they are infiltrating very harshly. The countries you have mentioned, then I don't want to tell the countries who were involved, they are still doing it. They are still doing it in a different form. A modeling, acting, blah, 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 bring them here. They are exploiting. But the government is very strict compared to 30 years ago or 20 years ago. But still, we have women organizations must do more, which we did in 1980s, because we had a powerful organization in GLC, so we could campaign. But now the fundings are not available. But still, underage children are still under very bad situation some of the places.
Thank you very much, Rajesh. Nicola, you are definitely coming back again whenever you are free. Okay?
Nila Master, you wanted to show something, I think?
Yeah, actually, I would like to say something. Nicola, you know, the one problem between our community and, you know, that when the expectation comes, it's a different on the society believing system as well. Once, Madam, before the Madam was talking about, some, they believe it that is right because of their cultural patterns. That's the reason also it's a very difficult to define that which is the exploitation, which is that human trafficking, which is the sexual exploitation, children exploitation. Is very, very, very difficult subject. We are really struggling to bring it up. And this is one of the leaflet which we are used to give to the people. So awareness, the sexual, you know, the stop human trafficking, sexual exploitation. And we used to give these leaflets to the people. So they may understand a little bit more about and learn about. And please go and look at Stop Human Trafficking CIC. Then you could see, understand more stuff over there. please, our community, as a Tamil community, we need to work hard. We need to bring more people in, bring it in awareness about this, because we need to be care about our children, our family, our people in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nila Master. Babu Master, what would you like to say, please? And could you do the translation as well, please?
I'll talk before. Let other people carry on here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Srikandaraja Master, what would you like to say, please?
Vanakkam, namaste, and warm greetings to all. Dr. Nicola Garrington, thank you for delivering such a very informative and thought-provoking speech about human trafficking. You clearly explain that human exploitation is a serious violation of human rights, and that people may be deceived, threatened, controlled, or forced into situations where others profit from their labor. The presentation helped us to know more about this important global issue and encouraged us to protect human dignity, freedom, and safety. We warmly invite you to join our forum again and share another valuable topic with us. Thank you once again for your meaningful contribution. Now, I have some few important announcements regarding our upcoming events. Tomorrow, that is Thursday, we will begin the day with the breath mindfulness meditation at 8:45 a.m. UK time. At 9 a.m. UK time, we will have a chair yoga and mindfulness session on our tomorrow 9 o'clock a Zoom platform. At 10 a.m. we will have talk on Tamil letters by Panjachara Master from Sydney. At 11 a.m. we will have a discussion on how to celebrate our 2000-day meditation journey, which will be celebrated on Thursday, 30th of July 2026. In the evening, we will begin with 25 minutes of breath mindfulness meditation at 7:30 p.m., followed by our Kadambam program. There is a celebration with music, song, dance, and more. Thank you very much. That's all. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Srikandaraja Master. Dr. Jagannathan Master, what would you like to say, please?
Greetings to everyone. Thank you for Nicola Garrington for enhancing our awareness on this sensitive subject. The thing here is there are two groups, I thought. One is those who are from disadvantaged countries and, one kind of exploitation. And then, as mentioned earlier, it's not only there, even in affluent countries happening. In a disadvantaged country, my question is, how are the children born? The parents are producing them, isn't it? So they should be responsible. If you're coming to affluent countries, when a child is born, it's parents' responsibility. And I'm giving a talk on Friday on mental capacity, but my mind is really saturated with what is mental capacity. Children haven't got mental capacity. In fact, they say there are different ages. Age of consent for sex is one age for drinking and driving another age for voting, age for this and that. So I'm not going into the topic now. See, so parents are buying and giving these devices to them. When I was young, we were advised, don't talk to strangers, don't get into the stranger's car. But we are buying these gadgets and allowing them to roam and surf internet in private. What is the difference? I am blaming parents for many of the this happening here. Anyway, one last thing is I find it rather bizarre. I was thinking in the last few days, too many offenders are let out of prison because of overcrowding. At the same time, too many people are allowed into the country and then in the name of asylum seeking without border control. What's wrong with the politicians? I'm totally amazed by that, isn't it? Prison overcrowding, they're letting them out. And then on the other hand, they're allowing people without border control. I think the whole politician should be shot. Anyway, I stop there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jagannathan Master. Dr. Navaratnam Master, what would you like to say, please? Can unmute, please.
Greetings to everybody. I joined later. I understand the topic very much. And I'm glad that you brought this to the forum for discussion. In fact, as I know, in disadvantaged countries, or at least countries which are called backward, like Sri Lanka, the parents want to get their children away to go to affluent countries like Canada or UK to do any job and earn some money and perhaps further their studies or send back some money to the parents. I have known one family who paid like £2,000 to an agent who got the young man to India and put him in hotels and said, you'll be boarding a plane to Dubai. And then from Dubai, you get into a ship and we'll be going to UK. But the boy was, the young man was there for 2 months. Nothing happened. In fact, the father had to send more money to keep him in India. This sort of trafficking is happening, partly because the parents want the children to go away, partly these agents are exploiting them. The man who got that £2,000 in Sri Lankan money is absconding. You can't find him now. This is one. The other thing I found was that Sri Lankans, Sinhalese and Tamils, are being given work permits to go and work in Arabian countries. And of course, when they go there, they may do the work that they were promised, or they may be exploited, asking them to be doing some of the jobs. This is another kind of trafficking. And this human trafficking will go on as long as there is what you call rich countries and poor countries in the world. And I see this particular problem can only be reduced by education, of course, and experience. The father who spent £2,000 will never think of sending the son again. Now I ask the son to study further, do a degree in Sri Lanka, and to find some job there, because I do care for that family. These are the sort of things that are happening, and it's good that we are discussing this particular topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navaratnam Master. Rajeshpala Master, what would you like to say, please?
Thank you, ma'am. Allow me to come second time. For Dr. நடராஜ ஜெகநாதன் உங்களுக்கு அவங்க இங்க வர்றவங்களை விடுறாங்கன்னு சொல்றீங்க. So the refugee வர்றவங்க Europe, sorry, I had to speak in English. The people who are asking for refugee status, they don't ask in the European countries. They are coming because we have a law here. Whoever come here as a refugee, we had to let them in. That is a thing people ask the government to change it. Because they signed whatever with the United Nations. So that's a problem with the British system. So we are overcrowded with the refugee, asylum seekers, and any other European countries. Thank you for allowing me to speak second time.
Thank you, Rajeshpala Master. Dr. Jagannathan Master, what would you like to say, please? Quickly, please.
What you say, the first safe country you reach should be the place of refuge. What's happening there? Doing shopping for refugee state, a country. That shouldn't be allowed. The first place of safety is the place they should apply. Thank you.
Thank you. Babu, can you read the chat box and say your
Yes, sure. Chat box said, hi, Nicola. Welcome on board. I hope you remember I am Dama's husband, yeah? And you are my dancing partner in the Stephanie Moigo's dance, yeah, next to my, holding my hands next to me. Do you remember? Yes. Okay. That's you. That's you. I can't forget that grip still. Yes. You never let me fall down. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Nicola, we are doing 3 times a day. We are doing meditation 3 times a day in this platform, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Not a single day is missed. And this long chat, you may read it while you are there. It is in Tamil as well as in English as well. It tells you all about the benefits of meditation and the contact details of our Zoom and Sri Skudaraja Master's contact number, everything. And also the color of the coding, the dress we wear. That's also important, we believe, for certain reasons, scientific reasons. And that's all these long messages. After that, it comes to Raja. He has written a very long text message. Thank you for your very good awareness talk you have given, especially in this group. Abducting active people are in every community in UK and in the world, etc., etc. There may be some people are living within our community, getting cheap labor and other care work so on. We should be aware for not helping these kind of people with knowing or unknowing, knowing or unknowingly. We all need help. Please don't get help illegally. We should be aware of, not only for our children, stroke adults from all the countries too. Thank you for your graceful talk, ma'am. Thank you very much. Please do come again. Radha from Wales, Epstein, and so Epstein and Company, our sex exploiter, Epstein, where do they fit in? And he has put a question there, Nicola. Epstein and Co, where do they fit in? That is her question. Kalamalingam from Canada, thanks very much for your expert speech. Very good, congratulations. And that's the end of the chat messages. Now I'm going to give a small remark about your talk. Fantastic, fabulous talk. A lot of information you have given, a lot of awareness. Some of them I know, many of them I don't know. So you have brought awareness to most of the people here, because we are not in this field. We are aware of it, but that tiny details we don't know. It's so heartbreaking, so touching, you know, how these things are happening, particularly in the UK as well. So now I'm going to come to the summary. I hope by now you, from working with Nila, you understand Tamil as well. So I'm going to take
Oh, thank you very much. That was really, really good. I'll go into Epstein on another occasion. It's a different sort of, it's a different set of circumstances, but it fundamentally comes down to the exploitation of a human being, whether it be a child or an adult. It's any person can be exploited, anybody, a doctor, a scientist, a chemist, anybody can be exploited. And I think it's going to be fundamental in our society that we start to spot the signs of exploitation, not so that we can not only report it, but that we can care for our neighbours and our friends, because they will be giving signs off that we aren't looking for. And if I am invited back, I will take you on a journey that I experienced that will shock you, what I actually experienced, and it is literally in plain sight, and it's very difficult to get your head around it, but we all are responsible for our families and our communities around us. And I think that as the gentleman before said, I remember we used to have campaigns, how to cross the road, don't talk to strangers. You know, those adverts that were out when I was a young child, they're not there anymore. And I know we do laugh about it, but actually they should be everywhere. Those adverts should be everywhere to teach children and adults about the sophisticated techniques of exploitation. But thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's
Thank
absolutely
you very
true,
much.
Nicola. Absolutely very true, Nicola, because I remember when my children were small and when they used to cross the road, you know, you do a little jaywalking when there's no vehicle coming, even though it is red, you try to cross. They will hold our hands and tell, stop, Dad, don't cross now, you know. So it is all now gone and forgotten now all about that, you know, because you can learn from children. And those days the children were teaching us and they are now getting spoiled. It's very sad. Okay, let's come to the short summary of, I'm going to give you a summary of this because a lot of information there. I'll make it as a summary. Nicola Garrington, Ambassador Nicola Garrington சொல்லியிருந்தா இந்த மனித கடத்தலை பற்றி, அதாவது 56 மில்லியன் பீப்புள் அடிமைத்தனமாக இங்கு வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள் என்பது ஐநாவின் ஒரு ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸாக கருதப்படுகிறது. அந்த இந்த மனித கடத்தல்ல அதுக்குரிய அடிப்படை காரணங்கள் பற்றி மிக அழகாக கூறியிருந்தா. அதாவது வறுமை, கல்வி குறைபாடு, போர், காலநிலை மாற்றங்கள், குடும்ப முறிவுகள், வருமானமின்மை, அது மட்டுமல்ல மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளின் குறைபாடுகள், இந்த டிஃபார்மிட்டியில இருக்கிற குறைபாடுகளை பற்றி அழகாக கூறியிருந்தார். அதன் பின்பு அவர் இதை 3 பகுதிகளாக பிரித்து கூறினார். ஆங்கிலத்திலே கூறுகின்றேன், ஆக்ட், மீன்ஸ் அண்ட் பர்பஸ். 3 வகையாக கூறியிருந்தார். தமிழ்ல கூறினால் அதை என்ன சொல்றாண்டா, என்ன வழிமுறைகளை கையாளுகிறார்கள். அதாவது ஒரு 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 பிள்ளைய ஒரு உத்தியோகத்துக்கு எடுப்பதன் போது டெலிபோன் போடி போய் இன்டர்வியூ வைக்கிற மாதிரி வச்சு அதை கவர்ந்து அதை எப்படி கூப்பிடுகிறார்கள், ரிக்ரூட்மெண்ட், அதாவது அவர்களை எப்படி ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு கொண்டு போவது, அதாவது இந்த போக்குவரத்து முறைகளால, அதாவது ஒழித்து வைத்திருப்பது அவர்களை, அப்படித்தான கர விஷயங்களை அந்த முறைகளை பாவிக்கின்றார்கள். அந்த மீன்ஸ் என்று வரும் பொழுது அவர்கள் என்ன செய்கிறார்கள், பயமுறுத்துகிறார்கள். 2வது கட்டம், பயமுறுத்துகிறார்கள், கடத்துகிறார்கள், ஏமாற்றுகிறார்கள். என்ன காரணம், இவைக்கெல்லாம் என்ன காரணம் என்று கேட்டால், முதலாவது obviously sexual exploitation, அடுத்தது அடிமைத்தனமான வேலைக்கு அவர்களை உட்படுத்துதல், forced labor, மற்றது அடிமைத்தனம், slavery. இந்த 3 காரணங்கள் 3 வகையாக பிரித்து அழகாக கூறியிருந்தார்கள். அது மட்டுமல்ல, அவர் இந்த நாளைக்கிய தினம் வந்து இந்த ஐநாவினான விழிப்புணர்வு தினம், இந்த மனித கடத்தலை பற்றிய விழிப்புணர்வு தினம் என்று கூறியது, அவ இன்று வந்து இங்கு பெரியது அருந்ததி மாஸ்டரும் கூறியிருந்தா மிகவும் பொருத்தமாக இருந்தது. அவன் இந்த தளத்துல இன்று வந்து கூறியது, it actually is a work of the universe தான். நாங்கள் யூனிவர்ஸ்ல believe in lot, Nicola. The பிரபஞ்சம் sometimes does things, it do things, தான் சொல்லணும், பிரபஞ்சம் does பார்க்கக்கூடாது, do things that whatever need to know, it comes at a time. நீங்கள் இன்றைக்கு வந்தது, the universe has brought you here என்று தான் சொல்றேன். அடுத்தது, இந்த சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏசியால பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னொரு விஷயம் இருக்குது, இந்த ஸ்கேம் சென்டர்ஸ். அதாவது இந்த உங்களுக்கு தெரியுதானே, ஸ்கேம் காலர்ஸ் சொன்னா அந்த பொய்யலான தகவலை சரியா இருக்கிற மாதிரி கூறுவது. அப்படி கூறுனார் அந்த கம்பெனி. இதுல சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏசியால 300,000 சென்டர்ஸ் மாத்திரம் இருக்குது. அது எப்படி இருக்குன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னால், பாப்ட் வயர், இந்த கம்பிகளாலே அடைச்ச இடத்துக்குள்ள ஒரு சிறை போலத்தான் அவர்களை வைத்திருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்களுக்கு எனக்கு அப்படின்னு அவர் சொன்ன கதையில பார்த்தா எனக்கு தெரியுது, ஒரு வெளியாலே ஒன்றும் போக முடியாது, அதுக்குள்ளதான் இருக்க வேணும், வேலை எடுக்கணும், அதுக்குள்ள இருக்கிற ரிவார்டை, அந்த மாதிரி ரிவார்டை அவை காண்பிக்கணும். ரிவார்டை காண்பிக்காட்டி அவைக்கு அங்க என்ன நடக்குது காட்டியிருந்தேன் அவங்களுக்கு. கை விலங்குகள், அந்த தோச்சரோ, அந்த துன்புறுத்துகிறார், எவ்வாறு துன்புறுத்தப்படுகிறார் என்பதை அவை காட்டியிருந்தார்கள். அதோட அடுத்தது அந்த படத்தை வடிவாக காண்பித்திருந்தார். சரியாக வேலை செய்யவிட்டால் என்ன நடக்கும், சித்திரவதை என்று சொல்லுவது, சித்திரவதை கூடங்களுக்கு அதுக்குள்ளே அனுப்பப்படுகிறார்கள். மற்றது இன்னொன்று கூறினால்தான் மிகவும் ஆச்சரியமா இருந்தது என்ன சொன்னால், இங்கிலாந்துல மாத்திரம் இப்பொழுது 22% கூடி இருக்கின்றது கூறியிருந்த மிகவும் ஆச்சரியம் என்று கூற முடியாது, நம்பத்தான் வேண்டும். அது எங்களுக்கு ஒரு விழிப்புணர்வை கூடுதலாக கொண்டுள்ளது. அதுல 89% குழந்தைகள், அதாவது ஒரு வயதுக்கு உட்பட்ட ஹியூமன்ஸ். அதுலயும் 75% ஆண்கள். நாங்கள் எல்லாம் அதிகமாக உடனே அவர் சொன்ன நிக்கலா பெண்கள் என்று தான் யோசிச்சிருப்போம். நாங்கள் பெண்கள் இல்லை, ஆண்கள் தான் 75% கூடுதலாக இருக்கின்றார்கள். என்ன நடக்குது இதுல வந்து அவையில சோசியல் மீடியாவில் இருக்கிறார்கள், ட்ரக்ஸ் டீலிங்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள், கிட்டத்தட்ட இதால் எங்களுக்கு பொருளாதாரத்தில் கிட்டத்தட்ட 9.4 பில்லியன் பவுண்ட்ஸ் நட்டம் பெறுவதாக பாதிப்பு வருவதாகவும் கூறினார், அழகாக கூறினார். ஆயிரக்கணக்கான பிள்ளைகள். ஏன் இது எவ்வாறு நடக்கிறது, இதற்கு காரணம் என்ன என்று கேட்டால் அவர் சொல்லி இந்த கன பிளாட்ஃபார்ம், கேம்ஸ் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம், ஸ்னாப்சாட், நான் கேள்விப்படவே இல்லை ஸ்னாப்சாட் பட் இதுதான் எனக்கு தெரியும் ஸ்னாப்சாட் அப்படி இருக்கு, யூடியூப், டிக்டாக் அப்படியான பல விதமான சோசியல் மீடியாவில் அது மட்டும் இல்லை, இன்னும் ஃபைண்ட் மை ஃப்ரெண்ட் என்ற ஒரு குரூப்ல இருந்து இந்த பிள்ளைகள் இந்த மாதிரி பழுதாகி கொண்டு இருக்கிறார்கள் சொல்லி நீங்கள் இங்கேயும் கூறியிருந்தீர்கள், எல்லாம் படுக்கிற என்ன பார்க்கிறதோ தெரியான்னு சொல்லி. இந்த ஆர்கனைஸ் கேங் வந்து என்ன சொல்றாரு கடைசியா, அவர்களுக்கு வந்து அலுப்பு தட்டி அதை ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஆகி அவர் விலகுற நேரத்துல இருக்கும் பொழுது என்ன செய்கிறார்கள், அவர்களுக்கு எடுத்த அந்த எக்ஸ்ப்ளோய்ட் ஆன வீடியோவை காணொலிகளை காட்டி பயமுறுத்தி கடைசியிலே அது போய் தற்கொலையில் முடிவு வருவதையும் ஒரு உதாரணமாக அவர் காட்டியிருந்தார், பையனின் படத்தை காட்டியிருந்தார். அது மட்டுமல்ல, இதுக்கு என்ன ரெக்டிபிகேஷன், நாங்கள் இதுக்கு என்ன செய்யலாம் என்பதையும் அவர் கூறியிருந்தார். நாங்கள் அந்த சிக்னல்ஸை பார்க்கணும், அந்த பிள்ளையோட சமீட்சைகள் என்ன நடக்குது, அவர்களுக்கு இருந்தா போல பணம் வருகிறதா, அவர் கையில உலாவுகிறதா, பாடசாலைக்கு போக விருப்பம் இல்லாமல் இருக்கின்றார்களா, அல்லது மற்ற நண்பர்களிடமிருந்து தனியா இருக்க விரும்புகிறார்களா, அல்லது கூடுதலான புதிய நண்பர்களை சேர்த்திருக்கிறார்களா, இப்படியானதை நாங்கள் அவதானிக்க முடியும். எங்களால் இப்படியான விஷயங்களை அவதானித்தால் இதை நாங்கள் ரிப்போர்ட் பண்ணி ஏதாவது நாங்கள் செய்யலாம். இல்லை நாங்கள் வந்து சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒன்று வந்து தனி இண்டிவிஜுவலிட்டி, தனிப்பட நாங்கள் செய்வது, அடுத்தது சமூக ரீதியாக செய்வது, அது ரெண்டையும் நாங்கள் சேர்ந்து செய்கின்ற பொழுது இதை நாங்கள் கட்டுப்பாட்டுக்குள் கொண்டு வரலாம். அது கஷ்டமான விஷயம் என்பதையும் இருவர் நிலாவும் கூறியிருந்தார், நிக்கலாவும் கூறியிருந்தார், 2 பேருக்கு மிகவும் கஷ்டம்னு சொல்றார். ஆக மொத்தத்திலே இந்த பேச்சு மிக அழகான பேச்சு, விழிப்புணர்வை தரக்கூடிய பேச்சு என்று கூறி the summary. This is only a summary, Nicola, but you have given a lot of things. A lot of people can understand English here, so not an issue. So I just did for the sake of for very limited number of people here in this platform in Tamil. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything you want to say, Nicola? We are going to finish it very soon.
Thank you. Just to say thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to be here. I really enjoyed the meditation, by the way. I really enjoyed the meditation significantly. So I think I'll be joining you again for the meditations. Thank you, yes, for allowing me to speak. And yes, I do believe the universe placed me here at this time appropriately. So maybe one of us can save somebody's life or avoid them being exploited by this conversation. Thank you very much. Good night.
And also I can say that is tomorrow being the global day. So without saying to Sri Master, he will do something about food to dedicate that at some time for tomorrow. He will do that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we are calling James Master. நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
அதாவது நீங்கள் கூறின நிகழ்வு மட்டும்தான் இதற்குரியது அல்ல, அடுத்த சமுதாயத்திலே எங்களுடைய பிள்ளைகள் பாதிக்கப்படுவதற்கு பாடசாலையும் ஒரு காரணமாக இருக்கிறது. அதாவது பாடசாலையிலே பிள்ளைகள் அந்த உறுதியாக்கப்படுவதற்காக கொடுக்கப்படும் திட்டம் எவ்வாறு என்று சொன்னால், பிள்ளைகள் போடுகிறார்கள் நோ என்ட்ரி, வீட்டுக்குள்ளே பெற்றோர்கள் நோ என்ட்ரி, சாப்பாட்டை கொண்டே அதுக்குள்ளே வைத்துத்தான் சாப்பிடுகிறார்கள். இத்தனையும் பொதுவாக மொழி அதிகம் தெரியாத பெற்றோர்களின் மீது கையாளப்படுவதனாலே அடுத்து என்ன செய்வதென்பது பெற்றோருக்கு தெரியவில்லை. இது என்னுடைய பர்சனல், எது பர்சனல், எல்லாம் தங்களுடைய பர்சனல், நீங்கள் கதைக்க வேண்டாம். இந்த அடுத்த சமுதாயத்தினுடைய இந்த நிலை மிக ஆழமாக எங்களுடைய அடுத்த சமுதாயத்தை பாதிக்கிறது. முதலாவது காரணம் மொழி தெரியாது, 2வது காரணம் அதிகாரம் பிரயோகிக்கப்படுகிறது. எவ்வாறு இவர்கள் அதற்கு பயிற்றுவிக்கப்படுகிறார்கள் என்பது தெரியவில்லை. பிள்ளைகள் சொல்கிறார்கள் இது பர்சனல், என்னோட கதைச்சா பர்சனல் எல்லாம் வெளியில. மாஸ்டர் சொன்னவர் இந்த எங்களுடைய கடிதத்தை நாங்கள் தான் வாசிக்கணும், மற்ற அதை கொண்டே மாஸ்டர்கிட்ட விட இங்கே என்னோட கதை கேளாது, மாஸ்டர் வேண்டாம் என்னோட கதைக்கட்டும், இங்கே கொண்டு வா கடிதம், எல்லா கடிதமும் உடைக்கத்தான் வேணும், நாங்கள் தான் பார்ப்போம் என்று துணிந்து செல்லக்கூடிய அளவுக்கு பெற்றோர்கள் இல்லை. இதுதான் அடுத்த தோல்விக்கு காரணமாக இருக்கிறது என்பதை தாழ்மையோடு தங்களுக்கு இதையும் ஒரு கருத்தாக அறிய தருகிறேன்.
I like to translate that one to Nicola. This particular point James Master raised is a very good point. He is talking about a situation in Germany. He is from Germany. As James Master, you just spoke in Tamil. their parents are there. They are not very, they haven't got a very good command in German language and very basic, but the children are educated and they can do well. So that is a practical problem there. For example, a school letter, the parents can't read it directly. They can't read it. Yes, the children, they have to help. So they are depending on the children there, So whatever the exploitation they do, it's a practically a difficult issue for German parents who doesn't know the language, unlike the situation for us here. That's what he is telling. He's worried about that. Thank you.
Okay.
Finally, I just want to finalize one thing. As discussed with Nicola very often, I already explained that our Langen situation, who lived in different countries, including Germany, France, and all other countries. But one thing is we have a narrative of, language issue. But other one, we are not interconnected with multi-communities. Also, it's a very important point. We have to discuss about that also in near future, because I already discussed with these matters with Nicola Garrington. Thank you, Doctor. We are really concerned about your message which you have. நீங்கள் சொன்னதை நான் சரியான ஆழமா எடுத்துக்கொண்டு அடுத்த முறை நாங்கள் எங்களோட வேலைத்திட்டங்களை சப்மிட் பண்ணிக்குள்ள வேற நாடுகளுக்கு சப்மிட் பண்ணிக்க உங்களோட கருத்தை நாங்கள் எடுத்துக்கொள்றோம். ஏன்னா பிள்ளைகள் கொடுக்குற அந்த அதிகாரம்ன்றதும் அந்த பேரண்ட்ஸை அவைய கொஞ்சம் push பண்றதும் it's a very 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 much important point. Thank you so much. We will definitely put it in our mind.
நன்றி. 5 நிமிடங்களை கடந்து விட்டோம். ஜெகா, 1 minute.
One quick thing. Another thing that puzzles me is when I was growing up, none of these things were spoken about. In school days, sometimes we gossip, that's all. But now the whole thing is available for children of current day to be aware of. But still, it's happening. That puzzles me, isn't it? I'm sure most of these people here in the forum would have also had the same thing. When we grew up, nothing kind of this was spoken about. Anyway, thank you very much